craft that we're interested in. I'm Keith Davidson.
I'm Papa Joey Stay.
I'm Tim Rice.
Searching for
the truth.
Exploring
the unexplained.
Investigating the paranormal. Subscribe now.
Hit the alert button.
Hit the alert button so you don't miss an episode. Welcome to The Truth
About beer.
and...
Here we are.
Here we are.
Hey guys, welcome.
Number 9. Yes, this is the very happy, mind you. Unexplained.
Tuesdays.
I love Tuesdays. I can't wait till Tuesdays. The only thing I don't like about Tuesday is waking up on Wednesday morning. It is a little, it is hard. Yeah,
like 8 times. Tomorrow I'll make time. I'm trying to get us up on here. Oh, you know what I need to do before we get going? Let's make sure.
Hit the next on the saw that message about your drink stuff, but none of us can pronounce it. So yeah,
it's like your accent, so you say accent, but the last 2 letters are PH. Accent. It's a little speech impediment.
yeah, okay.
Isn't that right? I don't think it's really good. It's legal here in the United States. You can get it in Barcelona, Hungary.
Next my card.
Evidently.
And I saw the video today.
This is a video you'll never unsee.
It's a video I'll never see.
What is a sexy video?
Mike Myers watching a car.
I want to watch so bad.
My car might really
Please watch my car.
That's funny.
I'm watching this thing going on here, and it's like I'm not. I don't know. It's
Well, I think we had one go live before by accident.
I keep going the wrong way.
I didn't realize you took the go live button away for some reason.
That's the same. Okay. I don't know. Okay, this one does live. There we go.
One.
2, 1, 2.
What is going on already tonight?
It must be this box that's sitting here in the middle.
Give us a second.
Sound is not good. Maybe we should reboot it.
So when we have these problems, there are reasons, and not just because of our mistakes. There are reasons.
We don't make mistakes.
We don't.
That's very rare. We'll have to reboot. So stand by, everybody. We're going to come right back.
Offline for a second. Don't go anywhere. We just cut right back.
Okay,
in.
well, I need to mute the music.
Oh, okay,
So we
sorry.
don't echo. Any better?
There we go. See, I moved the box.
Let's try that
over.
again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to
everybody.
the Happy Unexplained Hour. And that,
Oh, that's wow.
I could hear that.
Awesome.
And actually, our
That's really cool.
our delay's not too bad.
No,
so
it's
kinda
like
nice.
3 seconds
That
instead
is
of
awesome.
Wow.
15.
So that's the improvement they made. Maybe.
They took the
Of some
live button
sort.
away, but the lag time's down, I guess.
It's things that
Much
make
better.
you go,
Thank you, Kathleen.
all this makes us go.
Thank you.
Huh?
It does.
I see Rebecca Sharp on there, and she's the one that subscribed to our YouTube while I was on my way over here tonight.
Hi,
So,
Rebecca. She's my new friend on Facebook, too.
And Doug and Francis are on, and Brian's on.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. And, of course, Wendy's got a gun. Okay.
You have to... never mind.
Well, I mean, it takes too much time.
we have to record it. We're going to
Yeah.
have to record it on
Yeah,
old
put
button
that on
and
a-
put it
Ah, Vinny's on. Hello, Vinny.
Ghost Quest.
Easy paranormal.
Got Brian on.
All kinds of folks.
Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us this fine evening.
Yes.
This is going to be a fun show.
It's a packed show.
It's a very packed show tonight.
We're going to have to hurry because
We
we'll
can-
keep you here till midnight if we don't get everything done.
So let's get right into it. Let's get Jeff on the phone and let's get our beers.
Here,
going.
I'm going to pass these out.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Whoa, you hear the ringy ding?
Oh, yeah, it's not muted.
This is our professional beer
At least it's
advisor.
not as bad as my ring was.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Welcome
I'm
to the
doing
Truth
good. How
About
you guys?
Beer.
We're having all kinds of technical issues tonight.
Hey, I thought I had the bad connection on my end. I'm glad it wasn't me.
Thank God.
That would make it tough to talk,
Not that I'm
wouldn't it?
happy that it's you, but
Right, exactly.
no, it sounds great now, though.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right, so let's get right into it.
So we got a Utah brewery tonight.
Yep, yeah. So you Winter Brewing, these guys are really popular. One of the big guys out of Salt Lake have really made a name for themselves over the past 5-7 years. Just tons and tons of beers. So tonight's beer is their Lime Pilsner.
Okay.
Pretty cut and dry with this one. It's your basic Pilsner, but with lime flavoring. So, if you're going to compare it to something, obviously Bud Light Lime is going to be the most common thing you're going to compare it to. The thing I like about this, I think the lime flavor is a much more natural lime flavor
Versus
than what Bud Light Lime offers. You guys will have to tell me. In terms of pouring, nothing fancy here. Drink it out of the can, pour it in a glass, whatever you want. There's absolutely nothing fancy about
I think
this,
we'll
so
can it tonight.
Feel free to.
That's my kind of beer.
Right on.
So,
Crack the can, start drinking, and I'll give you a quick little history about
All
the
right.
Pilsner.
okay.
All right, so
Let's
gotta
do a
do-
quick cheers there before we...
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
cheers to everybody.
Cheers.
That was that was like a stack cheers.
Mine's right on north. What are you on? South?
Oh, I'm drinking from the northeast.
You're drinking from...
I'm southeast. Wow, that's interesting that it's got different
yeah.
directions.
Why are we drinking from different directions? Oh, I hung you up?
I think we
Uh-oh.
we stumped them.
Uh-oh.
You still
Jeff,
there,
what
Jeff?
happened? Oh, there he is.
Oh, sorry. Did you ask me a question?
Yeah, why are we drinking from different directions? When I open mine, I'm on north. He's on
I'm northeast.
northeast.
I'm southeast.
He's southeast.
That is the unexplained. I'm sorry, guys. This is what your pros at, is explaining the unexplained. So you tell me.
Well, let's... Okay.
Exactly. All right.
So what do you think? What do you guys
I
think of the
like
beer?
it. Yeah, you're right. It's got more of a...
It tastes like
Actually,
real
a
lime.
little... actually, a little hint of a key lime.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Versus
Yeah, you
the
can say that.
artificial lime. That's more natural. It's got a
Yeah,
bite.
nothing too fancy there. Just, yeah.
No,
it's
definitely,
very
I
strong
would-
lime flavor, which I like.
I would definitely pick this over the Bud Light lime or whatever that's called.
Yeah, I
I've
could
had
do-
that before.
I could do this in a chelada.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's got a very
Yeah, that would be really good.
I like the lime flavor. It's really good.
Very cool. All right, tell us about it.
Yeah, on a
Is
hot
that it?
day next to the pool, this is one of my favorite beers. No, so let me give you what I find interesting is just kind of what is a Pilsner and kind of what category is to it. So I know you said you got a busy show. We'll get through this really quick. But ultimately what it comes down to is ales and lagers is kind of the first thing to understand. Ales being the type of yeast that they use is a top fermenting yeast. So it literally sits on the top as it's fermenting. A lager is a bottom fermenting yeast. And it's actually a more man-controlled type yeast. So it's not as natural of a yeast that you would just find that they use for the lagers. Then within the lager family, you have Pilsners. And so specifically what a Pilsner is within the lager family, it started in the Czech Republic. It was actually originally called Bohemia. So sometimes you'll see these as called a Czech Pil, the Czech Pilsner, or a Bohemian style beer. All the same. It's all your classic Pilsner. But really in 1838, in the town of Pilsen, part of, again, what is now the Czech Republic. They were brewing a lot of ales back then. They got sick of the ales. They wanted something different, something a little more refreshing. So they dumped all their yeast that they were using for the ales. They reached out to Germany, said, hey, what is these lagers that you guys are creating? And so Germany came over, gave them some of that yeast, that bottom fermenting yeast. It ferments at colder temperatures, making it a little bit more refreshing of a beer than that. But anyway, so they helped them create kind of their first lager in that town. And so what they did is using a specific yeast, they did a very light malt on the barley, which is why it's so clear, so crisp, so refreshing. And then also, this town specifically had very soft water. It's something that a Pilsner is really known for, and gives it kind of its distinct characteristics and distinct flavor. So anyway, they created their version of a lager, which is what we call the Pilsner, which is exactly what you're drinking. That would also put like Budweiser, Coors, PBR, all those classic beers that you think of, those would all fall within the Pilsner family.
Wow.
Interesting.
So that all started back in 1838, kind of when I went through. The thing that I kind of find interesting with it is, and I mentioned this on my own channel the other day, that, a lot of times the Pilsners aren't as well respected because it's your Budweisers, your PBRs. People don't think much of it, but really this is a very difficult beer to brew. For a home brewer to create a Pilsner like this, yeah, you can't. It's such a clean, crisp beer, especially, go ahead and take out the lime flavor of this. That hides some of the carrot flaws if you needed to. But really, if you're going to try to brew a Budweiser at home or something, near impossible for your home brewer to do it because you just simply cannot hide any mistakes that you make, the type of mistakes that you can hide in your typical pale ales, your IPAs, your Hefeweizen, things like that. So really, I personally just think that the lager, the Pilsner, deserves more respect than it gets.
Yeah, and I would like people to check out your last episode. So on blind beer taste test, because I found that one really, really interesting because there you had Bud Heavy and Coors and Miller High Life.
Miller High Life.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
To do as a blind taste test, and I was really surprised.
Yeah, I was too. Obviously, I got them all wrong. My first run through it, but my buddy who did it with me, he's a huge Budweiser fan. And he had all the confidence in the world that he was going to identify Budweiser, no problem. And he got it wrong the first time. He got it right the second time. I gave him a second chance. But even the second time, he admitted, he's like, that was a lucky guess. And really what it came down to is Budweiser and Coors Banquet. They taste nearly identical. I could not tell the difference between them. Like I said, he got a lucky guess. The Miller High Life did stand out a little bit. That one had somewhat of a unique flavor, but it really was interesting, especially just because not everyone, but you have your people that are just dead set on their brand. And you can do it with the lights or the heavies. And that's typically the result, is you find that almost no one can distinguish the difference between them when you really don't know what you're drinking.
I want to try that test.
Yeah, that's why I sent that to you, because I thought that was pretty funny. Because this guy, the guy that did the test with them is like you. That's all he drinks.
Budweiser.
And he picked Coors as being Bud.
No,
I thought that was pretty funny.
I know Coors.
I would like to see Tim try that.
Coors
That'd be a
Banquet.
good test.
That'd
I
be a
think
real
I'll
cool
pass
test.
that test. I really do.
It would be fun.
If I fail it, I'll do another challenge.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Nice. Yeah, you'll have to check it out.
no, we have a long show. I'm not going to get into the history of Budweiser, but dude, thank you so much. This is really good, and this is you can buy this locally.
We got this at Total Wine.
Yep.
The lime tastes like real lime
It
versus
does.
that
It really
artificial
does.
flavoring. Like fructose corn
Exactly.
syrup.
It literally tastes like they squoze a fresh
It
lime into this,
did.
which is what I love about it.
I'm going to try this in a chelada very soon.
That would be very good. Bad Wolf Studios 03. He thinks this sounds really yummy too.
He said, what do you say about PBR?
The college flashback.
I'm funny because my dad's on ale, but that's my favorite beer. We did an episode with my dad.
That's right.
You can have one beer of anything and then PBR is great.
You know what? As long as beer is super, super cold, those kind of beers, they're all really refreshing. A Pilsner. As long as they're really cold, they're all very refreshing. I don't really think I found one that gave me after the restart? For now. So everybody say goodnight to Julie and friends just for now.
We'll bring them back. They can't hear a damn what we're saying.
I'll message him and tell him.
Okay, let's see. Did that work?
That work?
Yep.
All right. So it was Julie.
Damn it.
We'll bring her back.
All right.
We'll bring her back.
Maybe
Damn you, Julie.
Maybe when we do our doll thing, we just need to set the dolls up here.
I guess
I don't
so.
mind.
We tried to.
Didn't we always do that?
What we did.
Well, we did, but we wanted to do something.
got
a
too
little
many
bit different
dolls
tonight.
now.
No. I mean, we could set them up here in front of the screen, so we can probably do that.
All right.
So, sorry, Jeff. That was
Sorry, Jeff.
That was crappy.
No. Hey, nothing to apologize for. You're good.
What was your last comment?
That we're breaking up.
Nothing for me. I think Keith
Houston, we have a problem.
was saying something.
No, I was saying it's going to be great to have all three of us on your show one day to do some kind of funky test.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll do a blind beer taste test.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe, for Tim, we'll have to do the Budweiser one. We'll start with that.
That would be really interesting.
Absolutely. We should do that.
So, again, we have 55 more subscribers before I drink the
54 now.
54? Before I drink
40
the Budweiser from
Or
Germany.
what was it?
Yeah, we're 54. away.
54.
Yeah.
And then you drink the who knows what it's going to be.
It's gonna be great. They don't put preservatives in it. It's gonna be raw.
Did you watch Jeff's last episode?
Yeah, but
he said beer isn't meant to be stored.
I understand
meant
that,
to be
but it's meant to be appreciated and drink. So I will do that, no matter what it tastes like.
Yes, I agree.
I'm not worried.
That'll be gonna be fun to watch. I'm excited.
We're broken up again?
So before I drink that beer, I also want you to do some research on that Budweiser for me.
Because it is from Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, because I've been to Bohemia and Bratislava and Czech Republic and all those. I should know what this is.
Well, it's
Yeah,
good.
no, I'll
beer.
definitely do some research on that one specifically.
Thank you, sir.
Cool.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is Jeff Stay with Blind Beer Taste Test.
Thank you
Check
so
out his
much, Jeff.
his
All right,
YouTube
thank you,
channel.
guys.
I put up
Yeah.
your logo real quick, Jeff, so
Yeah.
everybody sees your logo.
There we go.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
please go subscribe. I can't say that word.
Subscribe.
Sub to his channel.
Subscribe, like, and share, and
And accept my Facebook request,
you
please.
can also find Jeff here every week with us, every
Yeah,
Tuesday,
from now on.
featuring our beers.
Yeah, who knows what it'll be next week?
Where's your
Oh, Yellowstone.
There you go. All right.
All right.
Get the record button.
Yeah, it's recording.
It is.
It's red.
All right, Jeff, we'll let you run. We're going to grab some guests on here, but thanks as always for helping us through this.
Peace,
and,
man. Thank you.
It's great having you.
No, absolutely, guys. Yeah, you have a great show. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, cheers.
Bye.
Why
that's
does he have to live so far away?
I know. Well, it happens.
He lives close to the Uinta
But
Mountains.
he's with us every week, so we're.
This is the
we're happy
Uinta
about
Beer, Uinta Brewery Company.
No, there's Begonia. There's some mountains over there off the Danube River by Germany and Czech and Bratislava and all. And there are these mountains, and it's like the Rocky Mountains. That's where they get their water. I'm curious to know. We'll talk about it later.
that. Okay. Yeah, so you're right. We're only 45 subscribers away from 500.
45?
And, 54, sorry. 54. Dyslexic. I'm backwards tonight.
He's
Got all
got
this crap
DDA.
going on here tonight, you know. So when we do hit 500, not only is Tim going to drink that beer,
We could do that tonight.
but we're going to do a trivia
If
shot.
it
game.
happens tonight,
Let's do it tonight. Come on.
We got to get 500. That's the
Yeah,
goal.
it's
Is to get
50,
500.
50. What's 50 people?
Right,
We're all
exactly.
in quarantine.
So go share, subscribe, and get everybody on there. Let's get 50 Let's get 50 subscribers by the end of tonight.
All right.
Perfect. What? Oh, we got to say hi to Lindsay too.
yeah.
Lindsay.
Hi.
Lindsay.
There
So about the beer, Vinny says when you open it, the bottle may be a new life form, and I said that could be the next thing of 2020.
you could be
So-
uncorking another
pandemic. Who knows?
Yeah,
God,
or the
take me
zombie
now. Please take
apocalypse.
Do we
I can only
really
wish.
want to push it with 2020? Or?
Absolutely.
That's a great
Good
thought,
call,
Vinny.
Vinny.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm ready, dude.
Oh, that's funny.
Just saying.
I've had enough. I'm whatever.
Crazy. All right, so we got some great guests tonight coming on. Our first guest we're going to do is the Sassy Spooky Siren, and her name is Erica. And she's actually originally from Arizona.
She just left here.
Yep.
Where is she now?
We chased her away.
She was in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Ah,
Place to
And,
be from.
I love Oregon.
Still got a 602 number, so she just left.
She just
okay.
left, yeah.
Now
She'll be
she
back.
was going to be on our original Haunted Doll show.
No,
that's
that
not
was-
the same one.
That's our next guest.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
That's erotica.
She's really.
You say Erica?
I didn't say anything.
Erotica. Erica.
You said that.
She's really into the paranormal and horror. So,
Whenever you're ready.
yeah, let's give her a
Hey.
call.
Let's call her.
Let's call her. Let's do this.
Should I leave the ringy ding again?
No,
Yeah.
go ahead and mute it.
I like it.
Oh, you
I
like
like
it?
the ring.
It's kind of a pleasant ring.
Hi, you're calling number 7.
You get to drink the beer.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, hello there.
Hi.
It's-
How are you guys?
We're good. How are you
Good.
doing?
Good. How are you hanging in there in that heat?
It sucks.
Staying inside.
No big deal.
I bet.
But you're all too familiar with that, so.
We have beer.
Oh yeah.
As long as you have beer, we don't worry about the heat.
Yeah. I remember that what that's all about too. I wish I had some beer. It's nice out here, but like outside, but there's no air conditioning. So if it gets like, when there's not many windows in our place, so it gets kind of toasty inside is the only problem. So I do miss my AC. I've got to say.
Now are you in the Portland area? Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm in Portland.
Oh,
You're not in the Chaz zone, are you?
I don't think so.
oh, you know.
I don't.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
No, I don't think so.
So I've been all over Portland, Medford, and all the way up to Coos Bay and all that stuff. I love Portland. It's
Beautiful.
beautiful. Or all of
Oh,
Oregon.
awesome. Yeah, it is beautiful.
Yeah, my nephew lives in Oregon.
How far are you from Mount Hood?
I think we're about an hour and a half, or maybe not even that far. We haven't been there yet, but I really, really want to go. Like in the winter.
You're gonna love it.
It looks so cool. I want to go to the hotel where they filmed part of The Shining.
Yes.
Yeah, and in fact, when we were first talking about moving to Oregon, you were saying something about Coos Bay, and that's kind of where we wanted to live. But I think that's more like a retirement type city, or at least it seems to be that there doesn't appear to be a lot of work out there, at least not back when we were looking. And Oregon's always been my dream since I was 10 years old and I saw the Goonies. I was like, I want to move there, Mom. I want to move there. I mean, like probably every other little kid at that age when I saw it, when I find One-Eyed Willie's treasure and everything. But actually my husband got relocated for work to Portland a little less than a year ago. Actually, in exactly 1 month, it'll be a year that we've been here.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I'm loving the weather, loving just, going on the different trips and just all the nature and all that. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. He was laid off from his job, but we were blessed that he found another one, really quick. So
That's awesome. Very good.
Yeah.
Do you miss Arizona at all?
I miss the familiar things about just, knowing where everything's at,
Right.
just familiar faces. I miss my family because my parents are out there. My eldest kids are out there. I miss, my friends. I don't miss the heat. I'm not
that's what I wasn't hearing.
Yeah, I saw seasons for the first time in my life this year, and
Wow.
that was amazing. Yeah, Yeah, I do. If I could be a snowbird, I think I could do that.
I could do that.
But
I could do that.
that's not really in the cards right now, unfortunately.
Right.
So, but
Well,
yeah.
if you get a chance, please do the 101. You have to do the 101 from
the coast?
border to border.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
And you have to do the
Oh,
5.
yeah.
The 5. Do the 5.
Yeah.
The sand, there's so much there to see. It's just one of the most
I know.
amazing trips I've ever been on.
Seaside's
It
my
really is.
Seaside.
Seaside's
Yes,
my
I love
dream.
Seaside. Yes, I love Seaside. We're taking
Seal
my daughter.
Beach. Isn't that it? Seal Beach? No.
I haven't been there.
Yeah, Seal
I've,
Beach. There's like 15,000 lighthouses along that.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
love
Everywhere.
lighthouses.
So
Can
you're
you like go inside them?
I'm sorry?
Can you like take tours? Can you like go inside them and
no,
stuff?
you can just
No.
pull off at the areas where
They're
it
really
says
just
photo
models
spot.
if you get up too
and you
close
just
to them.
photo area,
Oh,
and you get out and
cool.
just take a picture of the lighthouses. They're working lighthouses, but you can't. I don't
Oh,
think you can visit them,
awesome.
but they're fantastic.
Well, don't they usually have? And I'm speaking maybe from back east, the lighthouses I know, but don't they have? Aren't they a separate structure from an actual house? And then there's families that live in the house. Like
they're
lighthouse
right out on
keeper
the
that live
rocks,
there?
and people maintain them, but they're
Yeah.
off.
So they're not
limits.
So these are out.
Yeah,
out.
they're
okay. I
they're
got you.
professional.
All right. So
So-
Erica,
Yeah,
let's talk some
go
paranormal
ahead.
stuff.
yeah, for sure.
I want to learn about your experiences a little bit.
So tell us a little background.
Well, I mean, I want to say my experiences probably started really young, probably around 4 or 5. I started hearing my name called, and I thought it was a dream. Probably the first time that it happened, and maybe it was, and I was like sort of kind of in a sleeping state, but then it started to happen while I was awake, and I would hear like it seemed like multiple people like calling my name, and it was really confusing and kind of disconcerting, for me as a child. I didn't know what was going on, and later on I started to see what I now know are orbs. I didn't know what they were back then. And then actually around 7, I was at my grandma's house, and one of my best friends lived next door to her, and we were she was watching Poltergeist, and I didn't know what it was. I wasn't allowed to watch movies like that. And, but I, was like, ooh, I'm at my older friend's house. I'm going to watch this scary movie. And so we started watching it, ended up running back to my grandma's house, like screaming. I was so scared. But there was a part of me that was like, some of that is a little familiar. I mean, I didn't know anything about the paranormal at all. Like, nothing. My parents are complete skeptics. And I just didn't know anything, and the curiosity in me got the best of me, and I ended up watching that movie in its entirety later on, and I just kind of started putting two and two together that maybe what I had been going through was paranormal, and kind of got sort of obsessed with that movie, to be honest with you. I mean, I've seen it hundreds of times. I actually guess, I don't remember this, but I guess as a young child, I reenacted the whole entire movie, and my mom said it was actually pretty much word for word. I did it in front of my parents.
That's crazy.
And yeah, really crazy. And I had kind of this, Heather O'Rourke was the same age as me, and I remember when she died, it really, really affected me. So I just kind of have always had a weird connection with that movie, and it kind of just set the tone for my, I don't know if you want to say obsession or interest
future.
or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't, I've wanted to be an investigator. I've been kind of working on a novel, but it's kind of a mess. It's just like a bunch of notes at this point. I really need to get it kind of in order and try to go somewhere with it, hopefully. But yeah, that kind of set the stone for my interest in it. And I'd say I still had experiences throughout my teens, but they started like as I got to be an older teen, they started to be kind of less and less. And I started in my teens actually getting more interested in near-death experiences. I would read a lot about near-death experiences and watch talk shows about them and things like that. I think I just always wanted to know that there's a place that we're going to go, or that we're still going to live on in some sense of the word. You know, my uncle had committed suicide when I was 11 years old, and I had a dream actually not long after he had passed. My whole family, as you can imagine, you know, really fell apart. And he came to me in a dream, and it was weird. We were in like this office. It was really just this generic looking office. And he said to me, he said, "Erica, I want you, I can't remember the words exactly. Obviously, it was like 30 something years ago. Right. But he said, you know, you're innocent, something to the effect of, you're innocent, and I trust that I just want you to know that I'm okay, and I want you to tell everyone that I'm okay, and I trust that you will." And I just remember afterwards thinking, you know, a lot of the wording that he used is not something that I don't think I would have dreamt. And I really, really believed that he came to me in that dream. And I still do to this day, and that's what made me believe that they can come to you in your dreams. And I still do have a lot of dreams where my loved ones, and sometimes some darker things visit me in my dreams. But he just, that's what it was kind of after that I started getting into the near-death experiences and reading a lot about that and stuff. And then also after my grandfather died when I was 18, I just, you know, really wanted to know that we, you know, had somewhere to go. And then kind of my interest kind of dwindled off a little bit. I became a mom when I was young. Like right around the time, right around the time my grandpa died, I became a mom, and I've always been into the paranormal, horror, that kind of thing, movies and stuff. That never stopped. But as far as like, you know, trying to pursue the paranormal, I really didn't for quite some time. But then, my husband and I, we got together in 2000, and his brother had always lived with him. He'd always lived with his brother, and even when we were together, his brother pretty much always lived with us. And we kind of didn't always get along. We were both, there's kind of a little jealousy going on over my husband, I think, between the both of us. We loved each other. We just, you know, we joked a lot, and, you know, but sometimes we had our moments. But he died in 2006, actually of an accidental overdose. And unfortunately at 39. And the night before he died, it was really wonderful because he gave me a hug, and we told each other we loved each other. And I don't know, you know, how it turned out that way, but I'm glad it did. But he had said at some point to me, and I don't know if he was angry when he said this or if he was joking, I can't even remember, but he had said that if he died before me, he would haunt me.
That's comforting. That's very comforting.
Yeah. And so needless to say, shortly after he died, in the apartment we were staying in, he had died in, and my daughter was very little. She was like 4, and my youngest daughter, I should say, because I had a second child, and her like toys, like she had this Dora the Explorer house, and it had like a like doorbell type thing on it, and this and that, and it would just start going off, and all these toys of hers would start going off, like just randomly, like all the time, and all kinds of weird things started happening. And it just seemed that no matter where we moved or what we did, that always, but there was always some sort of activity. And I don't know that it was just him or that he was just trying to haunt me per se, because even my family, you know, experienced a lot of things too. And there's been plenty of places. There was one place where we had so much activity. I honestly think that there was multiple spirits in there,
Right.
in that house. And I don't know, sometimes I don't know if all these places, I just, sometimes I think that, you know, there's so many people that have passed away, and I just wonder if they're just kind of walking around, you know, like people do, you know, because they, for whatever reason, I mean, that they choose to stay, they have unfinished business, or they had a traumatic death, like my brother-in-law, it was very sudden death. And I don't know what happens after you die. No one really does. But it just seems like wherever we go, there's some sort of activity.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's, you know, me, or if I'm haunted, or these places are haunted. I think maybe it's a little bit of both.
Well, have you ever reached out to any teams or anything to come in and maybe provide some answers for you or look into it?
I actually have. And the last place we lived at in Peoria, in Arizona, I don't know that I think I did reach out. And oh, that's right. That's what I did. I had two separate Facebook pages at the time. For a while, I was kind of trying, I didn't really want like a lot of my friends and family to know about like this paranormal side of me and stuff. I was embarrassed, and I didn't think they would understand. And I think a lot of them still really don't, but I just don't really care anymore. It's just like, this is who I am. This is, you know, this is my life. And if you don't understand it, it's okay, you know, but this is how it is. And, if you accept it, you accept it. And if you don't, you don't, kind of. And, but, I still have that other page. I don't really go on it, but yeah, I had a team come out. They actually came out from Tucson, and they're no longer a team anymore. And I can't even remember what they're called. I know the lead investigator's name was Becky, and her husband, and I think his name was Will. I want to say they both did it together, but they came out, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and they did find some pretty interesting things. They found high EMS all around my bed, and I have a lot of activity around my bed to this day. I always feel the sensation of like someone sitting down next to me, and I'll get up or wake up and no one will be there. I've heard like breathing. My daughter even heard what she thought was a growl at one time when she was laying in my bed with me. They also said that they reached out to my brother-in-law and that they'd gotten on EVP. So he said something to do with Jim Beam, which was his favorite alcohol. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't remember what else. They like live streamed this too. This is when they were first starting. I guess they were first starting to like live stream stuff. But the only thing that I was I found kind of strange is I asked for the like, basically I wanted to kind of get the like cure the EVPs and stuff for myself, because obviously I was just waiting outside while they were doing their thing, and I wasn't watching. And I asked them if I could hear the EVPs or get like a disc or something, and all they did was provide me with a list of the words that they heard, and I never really got much, but I know that they did pick up some interesting stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it's just been really weird. I've always been, it seems like, kind of intuitive and had kind of like a, if you want to say, sixth sense, or just, you know, kind of just had these feelings, even had some psychic moments at times in my life. But it seems like as I've gotten older, they've kind of gotten stronger, actually. And I just, it's just really strange. But it's really awesome when I can share these things with my family, because then it's like, okay, I'm not crazy.
Right.
You know, I'm not crazy, you know. And my husband, if you don't mind me sharing something a couple things that have happened here in our new place. My husband and I, for example, well, for one, he's heard a woman's voice, which was interesting. He thought was me a couple times. And then,
I got to interrupt you for 1 second.
1 second.
Sorry.
1 second.
So,
sure.
We have something going on real quick.
We have the camera on the dolls, which I didn't bring up because it cuts down our bandwidth, but we have a millimeter with a REM pod over by the dolls, and it just started going berserk.
Way berserk.
Oh, wow.
Do you want
wow.
Do we want to turn the camera on?
So we got to do this.
Well, I can't. If I turn the camera on, it's going to cut it's going to cut everything out.
Let's just try it.
Wow, that's
weird.
crazy.
Yeah.
So whatever you were talking about there.
The temperature when I walked over here was 55 degrees.
The temperature was 55 degrees.
Now 76.
76 now.
Oh man,
We're getting
that's 20 degrees difference.
we're getting major readings from.
Across the top.
What is it?
What is it? What does it measure?
That's the MF.
So the MF went to 112.
Holy shnikes.
And you've gone from green to yellow to red. You're now yellow-red.
Wow.
I'm
what
sorry,
Lindsay's telling
we
us-
didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No.
but
Oh,
It's
no.
just crazy
Holy
stuff.
crap.
Our device over here
So
is just.
you said that MF went to what?
112.
And the temperature
112.
went down to 55.
And then the temperature went down to 55.
Started at 55.
And it's hot in here.
Oh,
it's
hot.
very hot.
55?
Yeah, we have a temperature reading of 55.
Started at 55.
That's insane.
And now it's back up to
Now
76.
it's back up to 76, which it's still not in here.
Oh, that's bizarre.
No lights right now.
That's,
Tell me like
the
a 20
lights
drop,
are
20
incredible.
degree drop.
that's huge.
It went from green to yellow to red, and then it was yellow-red,
It was
And
green
so I have
to
it
yellow
next
to
to-
red,
to
then it was
Julie.
yellow to red.
and it was 0-0.
It was 0-0.
1, 2,
Exactly, bad. Wolf.
We had some
It's Julie.
great
Holy crap.
readings on that.
Wow.
I think she was relating to your story.
Maybe.
I think so. I think so.
I
Maybe.
think something came through right there.
Wow. Wow, that's really creepy.
That was
oh my
incredible.
goodness.
And now it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead. Nothing's
No,
happening.
it's just back to normal.
Well, we're going to bring the dolls up here in a little bit, but let me go ahead and let you finish up. Finish your story, and then
Yeah, sorry
yeah,
about that.
Sorry about the
Oh
interruption.
no, please. When something like that is happening, I'm more excited to hear about that. 'cause
yeah.
Well, we were hoping to keep it up on the screen all night, but
We're
it was
always
messing
gonna
up
do
our
that,
camera
but,
or messing up our feed. So
That was
that's
incredible.
amazing. Yeah. Wow. I can't wait to watch. I can't wait to watch and see that. That's incredible.
Well, we're going to bring all the dolls up here in a little bit. So,
I love dolls. My husband is totally creeped out by them. He found this like 4-headed one that like its head spun around to like all these weird different faces at an estate sale.
So is
It
that
was old, so old, and I'm like, buy it, please buy it. And he's like, no way, I'm not buying this doll. I'm like, please. And I had this really old antique doll that my grandma bought for me that I just loved, and yeah, he did not care for it.
So
but
is it
I
one
love
doll
dolls.
with 4 faces or
4 heads?
4 heads.
Yeah, it was one doll with like 4 different faces, and it was
Yeah, it's just wrong.
porcelain. And I know it's wrong, but I love it.
I want a picture.
I do have a picture somewhere, but I'd have to really dig for it. But, yeah, and I didn't even tell you, one of the things that my daughter caught, she's got a really good eye, She's more observant than even I am. But in our old apartment, she was looking at a picture of herself that she had taken, like a selfie.
Right.
And she saw something in like the reflection of her eye, and she blew it up, and there was a face.
Oh, wow.
And you guys, yeah, and you guys have seen Sinister, right?
Yes.
The movie Sinister. It almost looked like that face at first when I looked at it. It was really creepy. But honestly, like when I looked really closely at it, when you like really look close at it, if you knew my brother-in-law, it looked like, it had, because he had like chubby cheeks, and it honestly looked like him smiling. Like it was incredible.
That's crazy.
Like, it was just crazy. Like he was just looking over at her, smiling, and that just gives me chills thinking about it. But
that's crazy. You know what we need to do? We need to have you back on our show again sometime, because I have a feeling you got a lot more stories.
I have a lot of stories. Like I didn't even know what stories to tell or where to begin. Or
no, I mean, in the fact that our equipment here is reacting to it is pretty darn cool. Wish we had more time.
Let's do that. You know what I'll do is I'll have Lindsay reach out to you, and we'll get you back on again to hear some more stories, because I'm pretty fascinated by your stories. So I think
awesome. That sounds great. So, that sounds great.
It's been such a pleasure hearing from all these stories and everything, and I can't wait till the next time, because our equipment just went crazy.
Yeah, and thanks for making our equipment go off. We appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. I can't wait to watch.
And I can't wait to get back up to Oregon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you'll have to look me up. We'll have to hook up. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Erica, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll definitely, I'll have Lindsay reach out to you, and we'll get you back on the show for sure.
All right. Thank you so much. You guys have a great night.
You too.
Thank you, Erica.
Cool.
Have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
That was crazy.
Your temperature
55 degrees?
55?
It hadn't been 55 in Arizona.
It's back up at 67?
Down to 67.
So it keeps dropping. So, wow. The temperature around Julie keeps fluctuating.
Took a picture of it.
That is crazy.
It hasn't been 55 degrees here since, January?
We don't see that except in the refrigerator.
So here's the question. Do we take the chance and move them over here so people can see?
Will it totally screw up our feed?
It's going to screw up our...
Hey, I want to say one thing, though, because she was talking about poltergeist. It seems to be kind of a theme here the last few weeks. We talk about poltergeist a lot, but when my kids were little, Michelle and Jay and Rachel, anyway, they loved that movie, too. So this was back in the early 80s.
Right.
And they used to always come to me and say, well, you want to watch? They're here. And so, they watched it a lot of times like she did. So it's crazy.
Can I tell you a true story?
Well, after I get done.
All right.
And so from that movie, I know, that along with it, my daughter Michelle is totally freaked out about clowns. But I know that movie along with it did that. Did it. Did it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never seen Poltergeist.
You have to watch
the original. Oh man,
have not.
I got to reach over here and grab another.
I think we need to bring the dolls over here.
I can't get a picture of the temperature. Can you see any of the readings on it?
No, I can't see. I won't be able to see the readings.
I can't.
But I think we should bring. I think we should bring the dolls and put them right here, and bring the Mel with it.
So Lindsay, our Vanna White,
65 degrees. How can it be 65 degrees? I'm feeling like 83 over here.
I know. What does your thermostat say?
62.
76 degrees.
Wow.
In here. The thermostat.
That's crazy.
Okay, so evidently they're with us.
So 55 degrees just blows my mind.
Right? I know. That's crazy.
Wow.
Mike wants us to bring him forth, he said.
Bad Wolf said that too, yes.
Just bring a couple over here. I think it's Julie.
Let's
You
bring
know,
them. Let's
we
bring
need
them
to
over
make
here.
some Julie fan shirts. I think,
think
some
so.
kind of
Yeah.
some swag for Julie.
Can we bring one of the dolls over? Or?
I think we should bring. We should bring them.
Let's bring Julie
Yeah,
and
bring Julie over.
her friends.
Yeah, I mean, you can take her out of the box though, because she takes too much.
She doesn't
the
like the
box takes up
box.
too much room.
And bring the millimeter with you. So,
So let's just see
but
if it is
is
Julie.
it Julie though? Because we brought the other dolls.
Yeah. So I mean, if Julie doesn't do anything, then maybe we've got another doll over there
Right.
that's
Just stick her in
freaking
front.
us
Put her
out.
right in the middle.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. Which
What
is
was that?
Exactly what she just told you
What is that
not to
ringing?
do.
Oh,
Ah,
Put her up.
put her next to the Mel.
Joey said you're Vanna White anyway, so
Yeah. Thank you, Vanna.
she's like,
Okay,
what
so
the hell's that?
do me a favor, real quick, guys.
Yeah.
Explain the mill
The
to our
millimeter?
audience.
Okay.
Real
That
quick.
takes too much time. That's not a quick thing. I mean,
This-
there's a
since
big story behind the millimeter, and I'd rather take a lot of time to tell
All
the
right.
story about the
So
millimeter.
just watch the
So-
millimeter.
But it measures EMF, it measures temperature, and also has a REM unit in it, which means anything gets close to it, you'll see the lights go crazy.
Should we grab the bear too? The
bear?
The bear didn't go off.
Bear didn't go off though.
Okay.
So.
Interesting.
59 degrees right now.
It's 59
How is
degrees right here in this room.
Can
and
you
I'm not
feel it
wearing a
there? Though? I'm
jacket.
curious. I mean, are you feeling
Does
the
it
cold
feel
temperature
cold
there, or is
I
it,
feel cool right here. Feel this.
or is you're feeling
that?
cold there?
Right here.
I feel cold right here.
Okay. It got really quiet all of a
It
sudden.
got very quiet.
Are we still broadcasting?
The fan's on.
Oh.
That wouldn't do 59.
Oh, the fan turned off?
Badwell says.
Oh, that fan's been on? Oh, okay. Well, that would explain it.
Not 59.
No, I mean, it wouldn't explain the temperature drop, but I mean,
Oh.
it explains the noise.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It got silent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So
Oh.
I think now that we've had this activity, we should probably bring on our next guest.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we're going to be calling Elizabeth, and her Instagram is Grandma's Spirit Dolls, and she's got a lot of dolls. She was going to be on the show a while back with us, and she had some medical issues come up, and I'm really glad she's going to join us tonight. So I'm
She
sure
was going to be
she's
on our
got-
Haunted Dolls episode?
Yeah, she
or
was.
something?
Yeah, she was
okay, that's
originally.
fine.
Yep, yep. So I think it's going to be really good to have her on, and hopefully we can.
She says she has 3 dolls and 2 bears watching her right now. So,
Watching us?
watching with her.
with her.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
so that they're watching our show.
All right.
Nice.
Hey, did we ever get the doll that we were
Not
expecting?
yet. We did
All
not
right.
yet.
No, I got a message from Bunny yesterday. She says, "The bitch showed up yet?"
For those of you that know what that means,
Man,
that's
her
fine.
and Julie are just going to go at it, aren't
Oh
they?
my God.
And I'm glad Bunny's doing much better.
Me too.
So,
Thank you.
I'm glad she's doing really good.
yes.
Very happy to hear that.
So yeah, that's going to be the next 2020 pandemic is Julie and
Julie and
What's her
Mabel.
name?
You know what?
Oh my
It's going to
God.
be us uncorking that bottle of Bud that's
Yeah, I
been
think
sitting
that's-
around
that's
for
gonna be
14
Julie and
years.
Mabel. Oh my
That's going
goodness.
to be it.
It's going to be Armageddon.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Good versus evil.
Right in the house.
We know Julie's good.
Julie is amazing.
I'm wondering if it really was Julie though, because now nothing's happening. But
But
other than the
we'll see.
temperature, but
Well, the bear's still active over there, so we can see.
yeah, that's true.
How can that even be?
I have no idea.
But it does feel cold over there.
It's cold right here.
All right. Well, I mean, the bricks. Well, I'm going to save that for later.
Yeah.
I've
save
never
that- save-
felt
save
this
that for
kind
later.
of cool in this house.
What are you saying?
And I'm wearing shorts.
It's always
I
warm
I
in
can
here.
feel
I've-
my legs are kind of cold.
Wendy says it's because Julie's happy.
Is
She's
it?
making it
Is that
cooler
We like
for
to,
us.
to keep her happy because when Julie's mad, oh boy,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's not good.
What episode was that? 202? 208?
It was the Haunted
Call it?
Dolls
Haunted
episode,
Dolls, yeah.
whatever that one was. Well, that was a live show.
She wasn't happy then.
Oh, excuse me,
Okay,
that was
we're-
a good beer.
We're going to ring.
All right,
Let's do it.
we're ready to do it.
Hi, Morgan. Love you.
Hello.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good evening.
You have an
Are we
overdue
on-
credit card balance?
Don't start with that.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. I guess this calls a couple hours later. We are on different times.
Oh,
Yes.
you're
Yes, we
expecting
are,
us
yep.
later?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go back to what you were doing.
it's
No,
bedtime.
This is perfect timing. Perfect
Oh, wow. Okay. Weird.
timing. So you're from Missouri? Is that right?
Yeah, I
Or-
am.
Okay.
Where are you all?
We're in Arizona.
I had no idea.
Yeah, we're on Pacific time right now.
Specific.
Okay.
We are on Pacific.
Well, that makes sense because I was like, I had people contacting me going, they must be having technical difficulties. 'cause
Well, we
nothing's
did
going
do
on.
that.
We have
Oh, okay. I said, well, they didn't call me, so it must be the case.
No, we've already had some activity with our dolls here tonight, so it's perfect timing that we're talking to you.
With Julie?
Yep.
Yeah.
We
think
we're
it's
pretty
Julie.
sure Julie was over with a plethora of dolls, and we got temperature differences down to 55 degrees, and we got a lot of activity on the mill.
Kind of interesting.
So
Oh, awesome. I wish I would have saw it. I thought you guys weren't on.
You can go back and watch it. It'll be on YouTube again.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah, absolutely. So enough about us. We want to hear about you.
Yes, we do.
Okay, I'm good with questions.
Okay.
so
So I understand you have, and I've seen a lot of dolls.
Right, a lot of dolls, yeah.
this
What-
is her.
Yes. What? I'll ask you the basic question. What got you started with the interest in the dolls?
Not an interest. It's a placement in my family.
Okay.
Unlike most people, like, oh, take an interest or whatever. I'm actually born into this. For me, I thought everybody was this way, like it was normal way to live. But apparently, a lot of people think dolls are creepy. But they're not. They can be, I guess, but it's not actually the doll. It's what's with the doll. So this was just what I was assigned in my family as
Okay.
far as the position from
Bless
my
your
grandmother.
heart. Bless your heart.
Yeah, and we do this with the dolls when she passed to keep her feral cats going, so to provide medical and food for them.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, the dolls that she would keep.
So how many dolls do you have? Do you think?
How many
I mean,
total was I given? 2,500 I was given to find placement for.
Wow.
And they're
Wow.
they're from all over the world, and the thing is they're actually going back all over the world, so it's been quite interesting.
Wow.
So what you're telling us
Yeah.
is you really don't know.
What?
Don't know what.
You don't know exactly how many. I mean, after 2,487.
No, 2,500. I know the number. I know. She kept a very good log of everything.
Wow.
So no, I know the number that I inherited from her. Now my aunts have dolls. Like I said, they came from Europe, and a lot of dolls came with them. And then along the way, people had given them dolls, knowing who they are and stuff.
Right.
So, what's the oldest doll you have?
As far as the vessel,
As far as
Yeah.
it'd be in the 1800s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, early 1800s.
What's your favorite doll?
No, that's a mean question because that's going to hurt Billy.
You're going to make a lot of dolls mad right there, huh?
I'm actually sitting in one of the doll rooms right now. Yeah, that would be kind of unfair. I don't really
Yeah,
have a
that's
favorite.
not a fair question. I apologize.
That's okay. Yeah, they're all my favorites. Okay, we want to
Okay.
get along with everybody.
Sure.
That's a good answer.
that's the
That's a
PCA.
great answer. That was such a bad question. I'm so sorry. So, what's
Okay.
your most favorite experience with your dolls?
Gosh, that's tough. We're fixing to get walked in on because somebody's not aware that I'm on the phone. Sorry about that. Favorite experience? Gosh, for me, it's not okay. It's not an experience for me. It's a lifestyle. So to pick one thing is kind of weird to me.
Right.
But I guess being shown who they are visually as who they were is my favorite thing from any of them. Is when I can actually see who they were.
So, the imprint.
Yes.
Interesting.
Because to me it's like a true connection, and you can actually it's kind of hard to explain, but you can feel them and see them.
Sure.
Have you had that experience? Do you know what I'm talking about?
that's what the imprint is. It's an imprint of a real person leaving their mark on the doll, and you experience that imprint from
but
the real person.
have you ever felt that? Have you ever experienced it?
That's complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, for me, perfectly normal. So to talk to somebody that just got into it, it's kind of like, you know, trying to get on the same level of like, what do you mean exactly?
Right.
Does that make sense to you at all?
To me, it does, because I don't feel that. I don't have that connection, and I'm trying to open up to that, but I don't have that. I don't have that yet. So
Now, which one are you? One in the middle?
I'm the one on the end. I'm Keith.
on the right end or the left end?
The one
If
with
you're
the
looking
hat.
at the screen, I'm on the right. Yeah, with the hat. Well,
You're on the right,
Tim's
okay.
got a hat
Behind the
too.
computer.
Behind the computer. So
Behind the computer.
so
Is this the
yes.
lady I've been talking to that I just heard? I heard a lady.
Yes.
That's
Hi.
Lindsay. Say hi, Lindsay.
Okay. I thought, who's joining
That's our
us
Vanna
here?
White.
Wait a second. Okay, so somebody's really there. Okay, I'm hearing a real
Yeah.
person. Great.
Yes.
Okay. So last night was cool. I don't know if you guys caught it on the tape. I had video just going like I do. Now, I think I spoke to the woman. Is her name Lindsay? Is that
Yeah.
her name?
Yes, that's Lindsay. Yep.
Okay. I spoke with her and I was like having all these technical difficulties. All my cameras went out. They were brand new. I think she might recall this conversation.
Yep.
So I have one that I got working. And last night I caught some really neat stuff. I don't know if you heard it, played it, but it's like tap, tap, and then I think tap, tap or something like that. And you hear like a growl or something. That was exciting to actually get that on there. And then the orb came out from the doll's head.
And that was
I
just
don't know if you
talking to
guys-
Lindsay. Imagine what's going to happen tonight.
Orbs come out of my head all
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
No
So-
sleep again tonight. I'll be up at 3 a.m. I guarantee it.
So this is, like you said, it's your lifestyle. This is every day for you. This is
Every
what
day.
you
Every day
experience.
since, yes.
Wow.
It's a family thing. Yeah. I mean, not that we're just some weird cult. This is just like a way of life.
Right.
It's
Sure.
just the way it is.
No, I'm fascinated by it, honestly. I think it's incredible.
I think it's amazing
So-
that that there's somebody who's taking care of these dolls from the 1800s. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
They're beauties. And I'm actually picky about who adopts them out because I don't want someone to go, oh, that's a toy or whatever, and just treat it like that. You'll be surprised with people that, well, my doll didn't pop out and say boo. Well, I'm sorry, that's not the intention
Well,
here. You know,
exactly.
that's not what happens.
Julie ended up at Goodwill. I mean, that's exactly your point. I mean, people need to take care of them and respect them and know the history and pass it on. So we appreciate what you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So is
And
that
don't
almost,
taunt them. Yeah.
Yeah.
is that like adopting out your own children? Those that feel like that?
It actually is. It actually is. Yes.
That's a great
Absolutely.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have
That's
to
a
be.
sad way to put it, but I have a lot of adopted mothers, should I say, not foster, adopted mothers that I keep in contact with, and they love their children. They follow me on Instagram, and they share their stories with me and all the activities that they do and the actual interaction that they get. So I love keeping in contact with everybody that gets one of these,
That's
dolls
fantastic.
of mine.
So
I hate calling them dolls, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you vet them before you adopt them out.
Yes, I do. I've known all of these my
Awesome.
entire life.
Right.
Yeah.
So that piques my curiosity then. So when you do adopt them out, and you get the stories back from the people that have the dolls, do you notice everybody has experiences with them, or do, some don't?
From what I've experienced, I'd say 97% of them do.
Wow.
Like I said, you
Wow.
get those people that expect the doll to go boo. You know, here I am. And that's not the case. You're just taunting them. They're not going to have anything to do with you at that point. Now, one girl took 6 months to actually bond with hers, but once she did, she bonded really well. So it's just a matter of sometimes it's instant. You know, sometimes they make themselves very aware. One girl who's a repeat adopter had a doll shatter something in her sink, like just literally throw a glass. I'm here.
Wow.
So, and then that doll later just caught up on fire by herself. She just literally just burned down, and she was devastated by this. Yeah.
Holy cow.
So let me ask you a
Yeah.
question.
That was in New York.
So you have all these dolls, and you vet the people that you send them to. Would you be interested in adopting out a doll for our show, for us?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have one
I
in
wouldn't have a
mind?
problem with that. what do you like personality wise, and what would you like to have around you? Because that makes a huge difference.
Can you see Julie? I mean, is there something or a doll that you have that you think that would make a really good companion?
A companion with Julie.
with Julie.
Complement, not have issues together.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, we don't want.
we don't want problems.
And Julie's the blonde one in the middle.
Yeah, she's the blonde in the middle. Okay, so that's not you, right? That's the doll. Okay.
Yeah.
She's my girl. That's my
If
girl
she
right
were
there.
brunette, we would have called her the interpreter.
She loves me.
No, if
That's
you have you know what? Take your time and think about it.
Yeah, can I surprise you with it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would love you to actually like film opening
Oh,
the
yeah.
vessel that
Absolutely.
I choose up.
We'll make a big
Yeah.
deal out of it.
That would be
Absolutely.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
That would be incredible. Yeah.
No, that would be
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful. I don't mean to want to take your dolls away from you, but
No. It's fine. It's fine. If they're going to a good home, and it sounds like you guys love Julie, so I think that you would love whoever. I'm going to let them choose. I'm not going to choose.
That's
I'm going to
right.
let them choose.
sure.
Yeah.
And
So-
this is a good home, so that'd be awesome.
So when you look at Julie, because you are so connected, do you see anything? Do you feel anything? I mean, it's probably hard to do it over
Remotely.
a phone or a computer or something like that. But
It
I'm
is-
just
it
curious.
isn't that hard, but I almost hate to say what I see and
No,
feel
no,
at
no,
times.
no,
but
no,
I would
say
be, I'd be more than happy to email.
You're welcome to
About
say
it.
it.
You can text me.
You're
Can I
welcome.
do that?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And then
fine.
here's why. Out of respect of sharing the story that I see for the vessel, I would rather, not the vessel, but who's with the vessel. I would rather tell you guys, and then you choose if you're going to tell the story or not.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll have you send
We're
it to
gonna
Lindsay
tell it.
personally, because what I would like to do is to have her get the story and put it in an envelope and let us open it on the show
then
just
and read it,
reveal it.
because I think that would
be-
be
Okay.
really cool.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be very
and now, do any of you communicate with her? Would you be willing to ask her if she would be okay with that?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, Lindsay has the connection to her because she always reacts
Yeah.
to Lindsay.
Right.
So we
Well,
just need to
I'm
ask her
saying
if
yes
she's
for
okay with
Lindsay. Are
us
you all right
knowing
with
her
that, Lindsay?
story.
Yeah.
It's like, airing your dirty laundry. You want to make sure that you're okay with, someone telling your story. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So we respect all the way around, and they respect you back.
Yep. Yeah, no, I feel very comfortable. I don't feel upset or anything about it. So I would say she's good with it.
She's good with it,
She
okay.
sparked our interest from the first day that she told us her name and communicate with us. So I would love to know the big story. If you, I think you would like that, wouldn't you?
I would love to. I want to know more about her. I've been trying to find out more about her. It's just been a
so
slow process.
We're welcome to that information.
Okay. Well, most definitely. Those are two things that I will definitely put on the to-do list right
Thank
away.
You. Thank
That's
you.
awesome. That's awesome. You're an incredible person.
I'm excited.
You really are. I mean,
See that seriously, it's like I did not want to be like front and center. I really did.
No,
I just,
you have to
But
when you're
I
on
do
your show.
enjoy talking about. Yeah, I do enjoy talking about all the dolls and stuff and the stories and experiences though. So that's cool.
I
We'll
almost
keep
cried.
it on that.
I
We'll
really
keep on that level.
I almost cried.
no, I mean,
this
seriously,
is
the-
very personal. To
the
us.
connection you have, it's amazing. It really is. And I think what you do is amazing. I mean, I'm not trying to put you front and center, but I've never met
Right.
anybody like you personally.
We welcome
So
this.
I'm fascinated by it. I really am.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, okay.
Well, we knew something was special about Julie when we first met her.
the
Day
day she walked in the door.
And so I've never really contemplated, dolls having personalities or anything like that. And
Until
she's the one that's changed my mind about that.
yeah, she revealed herself to
And
us
so-
the day we met her.
So this is really fascinating.
Changed
Just-
my mind on dolls.
Yeah.
Changed all of our minds on dolls.
Now is this cowboy hat guy talking?
That's Tim.
Is it?
Well, we were both
Is it-
kind of talking over each other. Bald guy was talking.
You both
but
were, but okay.
Bald guy was saying
I-
that Julie's changed our mind on dolls. But,
Okay.
Okay.
Because I think I watched one show about Julie, and I thought the guy in the middle. I didn't know if he said he had a connection or he was looking to have a connection. Did he have an experience
we
Who was
had-
it that said they didn't have an experience yet, but they were still looking to have one?
not me.
That's me.
That would be Keith, yeah.
on my
Me on the
left.
right.
Okay.
In the baseball.
So
cap.
I'm sorry, I don't know everybody yet. You
No,
guys,
that's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'll put it to you this
I'm
way.
good with looks and faces and stuff like that, but I'm horrible with names.
I'll put it to you this way. So 2 weeks ago, we decided to do just a little live thing, just for fun. We had Julie in the room, and we put some equipment in there, and we figured we were going to leave her alone just to see what happens. See how she reacts. This is in our home, and I was talking to Julie, because I do want to make that connection, and I was trying to make that connection, and we got nothing, no response. As soon as Lindsay started connecting with her, all of a sudden all the equipment started going crazy. So it was just confirmation that her and Lindsay have this bond. They have something between them. They have a connection. So
Right. And I know why, so I will put that in the letter.
Okay.
We're excited to get that. Yes, sirree.
So if you get a chance to go back and watch the show where we introduced Julie, I think you could learn a little bit from that.
Can you tell me what number that is?
I will. I'll
Please?
text it to you.
yeah,
Because
Okay.
there's been a
All right.
couple she's been on,
Yeah.
but the very first one's good. It
The
tells the whole
first-
story on how we got
That's
her.
when she
And
told us her name,
Yeah.
and
And it's just called Haunted Dolls.
Okay.
that's probably going to help you a whole lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, because I have not watched it. I watched one episode, and that was just last night.
yeah, no, I'll send them to you.
I haven't watched any of them.
You've been in
You've
all of them.
lived
You
it.
don't get to watch them.
Isn't that funny? The stars say they never see their movies. Now I
Yeah.
know what they're talking about.
Because they've lived it.
Now you get it, right?
Yeah.
I totally get it. That is so amazing and impressive. And thank you so much. I mean, this has been a question we've had every time we've done a show is about, I wonder what Julie's going to do this time or think. And we've always had this curiosity about Julie.
Well,
that
we want to know her
we
backstory.
want
We
to know
do.
everything. So if you can help us out on that, we would really appreciate it.
I definitely would.
Oh, awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I was going to text Lizney. I'm sorry. Is that right?
Lindsay.
Lindsay, sorry.
Lindsay.
Lindsay. I said it right earlier. I was going to text her earlier about it, but I was like, no one specifically asked me, so I should not.
Well,
So I didn't.
there's a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
You've got the
a time and a
invitation now.
reason.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
Well,
now you have
invitation
confirmation.
accepted.
So
And then I think the
Okay.
night we do it, we'll have you back on maybe.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, that'd
Okay.
be
Let's do
cool.
that.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Okay. That'll be awesome.
If you don't mind.
I don't mind. No, not
Okay.
at all.
All right.
Now that I got my times right,
I know.
I even emailed you guys and said, I got a number. And it's funny that you said what you said because I had a number called, maybe, I don't know, did you check your email? And it said spam. And I'm like, I'm not going to answer spam. Who the heck is that? So,
Spam.
spam. And I was like, okay, well, I'll answer it. And I was like, hello. And there was nobody there. And I was like, oh, I feel stupid now. But then I thought, well, maybe it was them because one of my adopters said to me, hey, they're having technical issues. I said, well, it must have been them then. So,
It was Julie.
was it? It was Julie.
Yeah.
Oh man,
We blame everything on her, and it's a shame because she's a sweetheart.
she is.
Yeah.
It was the Julie.
She just likes to play, that's all.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Unless it's 3 a.m. in the morning and you want to sleep.
Right.
That's
Exactly. Exactly.
That's why she stays in the bedroom down the
That's
hall.
why they put her behind glass at night.
No, she's not behind
In the
the
box.
She goes in. She goes in her box.
She has
It's
a beautiful
beautiful.
box that
in her-
Joey
in her-
built her.
I know.
Her playhouse.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So she literally goes home with you guys every day
Oh,
and
yeah.
then comes
Yep.
back to.
She
Yep.
goes
Okay.
everywhere.
She's very well taken care
She
of.
goes everywhere with us.
every trip, every investigation.
Yep.
So when you go on that tour, she's going to go.
You
Oh,
betcha.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely.
That'd be
And-
nice.
And all of her friends, too.
Even to Romania.
Once we have them.
You are not taking my girl to Romania.
Yes, we are.
You are not.
Yes, we are.
You are not.
We'll
Yes,
talk,
we
We'll talk
are.
about that offline.
I thought you were going.
I think we're gonna have a fight. My girl's not going to Romania.
Are you?
Well, it's got to be okay with Julie.
Okay. Well,
We'll talk about that later.
We'll see.
Anyway. Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Seriously.
Oh, thanks
this has
for
been
having me.
awesome.
Anytime. We're definitely going to have you back on again. And, if that's something you'd like to do, send us a doll. That would be incredible. That really would. That'd be cool.
I will. I definitely will let one choose,
Who wants
the
Who wants to come in?
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
That would
most
be
definitely.
incredible.
That's so cool.
It
Sounds
is.
good.
It is.
So cool.
I like it.
All right. Well, we know it's late for you, so we really appreciate you joining us tonight, and we look forward to the future. Absolutely.
Most definitely.
All right. Thank you
All right,
so
and
much.
I'll send you an email tomorrow, okay?
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you guys.
Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I like her
Wow.
a lot.
Yeah,
She's
that's
incredible.
crazy.
That's awesome.
Freaking
So
awesome.
I gotta let Mike know that we're gonna get T-shirts made up that say "Don't burn Julie" because
What? You were thinking about it?
No, we got to do it for.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. I
Was
mean,
I not there?
It's a running joke.
you'll have to read that whole thing
Yeah.
that Mike said because it was awesome.
Okay.
I am making him a T-shirt that says "Julie loves me," and I'm sending it to him.
That'll be awesome.
He loves
Of
Julie.
just her face.
He does love Julie.
Like,
He does love her, but I want a nice shirt that says "Don't burn Julie."
Come on, Mike. Say it. Say you love Julie.
say
Come
it.
on.
Go ahead,
Say it.
Mike.
She's listening, by the way.
Yeah, I know we're not on that big of a
knows.
delay now. So.
He's thinking. Oh boy, that was great. I don't know. I'm just fascinated by that.
Oh, yeah.
I really am.
Absolutely.
I mean, for somebody to put that kind, like you said, she was born into it, but that dedication and that's amazing, and to have that connection, that's just.
I
Incredible
mean, that's
to me.
just a way of life for her.
Yeah.
That is just
That's incredible. That's so cool.
wow.
I'm so excited if she really, has a good backstory on Julia. I'm so excited to
yeah,
learn.
no, I'll send her some pictures of Julie and
Yeah.
close-ups and let her kind of.
Yeah, I mean, we have to have 3 dolls, and you can't have 2 dolls.
Well, we have her.
I know. So I mean, when
and then
Mabel
the
gets
third
here, and then
one.
we get the third one, that'll
Yeah.
be the
perfect.
trio.
That'll be our family. Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Bass,
That'll be
guitar,
awesome.
and drums.
See, he says I love
He said,
Julie.
Damn it.
Damn it. So
We knew you did.
That's great. That's awesome. Oh, man. All right. We got one more guest we want to bring on.
I know.
If he hasn't blown away yet.
Checking in, making sure he's still good.
make sure the hurricane hasn't picked him up and moved him yet.
We're going to talk to Brian from ghostquest.net. And I think he's in Vermont, I believe it was. And he runs a huge paranormal website. And it's kind of like a go-to for paranormal investigators, his website. And I think I'm going to let him talk about it, but I think he's coming out with a book.
I'm excited to see that.
So I definitely want to hear about the book. That's for sure.
So hopefully we can catch him before the wind does.
He's having a hurricane right now.
We're trying it. Here we go.
Let's give it a try. He says he's there. He just
All right. That's
Put on
good.
the wrong one.
I see the smile.
There we go.
go ahead. Tim's got to take a time out.
Let me go check my watch. I'll check.
Don't trip. There's a cable right here too. Be careful.
Small quarters.
Not going.
Hi, you've reached Jeff Stay with Al.
Oh, God.
Oh, you called the
Of course I'm
wrong
calling the wrong
number.
person.
That's why. Brian's going. I'm here. What the hell? Where you
Say,
guys at?
Jeff's saying, why are they calling me
Jeff's like,
back?
don't call me back.
Starts with an 8 number. My bad. I'm
Is this the
sorry,
next
man.
episode already?
It's been a
He's like,
week.
is it Tuesday? Sorry, Jeff. We just love you that much. We got to call you again.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian's sitting there going, I hear it
laughing,
ringing, but
yep.
it's not ringing
He's
on
like,
my end.
who we calling, guys? Now it says it's Vermont, so we should be good.
That was funny.
I'm ready now. I maybe
is
blew
really-
away in that minute. I'm sorry.
The Text Now subscriber you were
Uh-oh.
trying to.
Ah, come on.
802 is his number? Starts
Yeah, it's an
802?
802.
That's where I was.
Yep.
802. I don't want to say the rest, but
No.
No.
trying it again.
Hurry up, Tim. I need to go back there.
It's been a long show for us so far.
Mm.
Great show, though.
And this is
Amazing.
really good beer.
It is really good. beer.
So again, if you're joining us late, we're doing the Uinta Brewing Company's Lime Pilsner. And you'll have to run the show back to the beginning where Jeff Stay tells us all about it
Yes.
from Blind Beer Taste Test.
Brian said it showed missed call. Can you try it again?
Yep, we're doing it again. I know he's doing it on the computer, so.
Yeah.
Man, Studio J is huge.
Oh, I thought so.
So close.
Wait, maybe?
Brian, are you there?
He blew away. It picked up. We're
I know, it
connected.
picked up.
Uh-oh.
Is he on mute? Brian,
Turn to the right.
unmute.
Turn to the left.
Put your microphone on.
Could be his audio, possibly.
Maybe we should have him try to call you back on that line.
I don't know if he can call from his computer.
Oh, that's right. He's on his computer.
Yeah.
He might be able to.
I'm hanging up and doing it again.
Let's try it again.
Okay, one more time. For good measure.
Are you
Third
recording?
time's the charm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want to thank everybody who's hanging out with us tonight and watching our show?
I'm going to take a quick break.
Joey's going to take a
Studio
quick break.
J is huge. It's way over there.
It's way over there.
Just don't trip.
Don't trip on cords.
That
He
was
looked like he
adorable.
was streaking.
Are we there?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, I thought that was you.
Hi. How
Damn
are
it,
you?
Tim.
Good to see you, man.
That was the best, guys.
That was cool.
You could. I see you, Brian. You could try calling if you want.
Okay.
He said he calls from this number all the time. So let's,
Okay.
let's give
Call
that a
me
try.
back.
Let's see how that goes.
I'm here.
All right. Don't be a smartass. God damn you.
That was funny. You're so cute.
I think I peed.
I heard hello. And I was like,
Okay, here we go, here we go, here we
I
go.
almost peed.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Jamming old school. Brian,
Hello.
what the heck?
It's me.
Stop it. Stop it.
Hello. Hello. Oh, I don't know what's happening.
Why is everybody laughing?
It might
Yeah,
be.
it was funny, wasn't it?
It might be his audio. His audio might not be on. Sometimes the computer gets funky if they don't set the
Hit your
audio
mute
settings
button.
the right way.
Did you blow away in the hurricane?
No, it won't be. You can blow away the hurricane. That's crazy.
We'll wait. We'll give him a minute to mess with it.
It's Julie.
Julie's doing voodoo? Possibly.
You wanna
Heavy
know
Metal
what,
Beer
guys?
Club said Julie's doing voodoo.
Julie loves everyone.
Mm.
Everybody's getting an I Love Julie t-shirt.
We need that.
I love. I really
I'll
want.
order them right
I
now.
want to get them made up. I think that would be great.
Okay.
Everybody would love them.
I think they would.
We'll take a
I
picture of
really
her.
think so.
Everybody give
I love
everybody give
Julie.
the thumbs up if you would buy a Julie shirt. Come on now, give us a thumbs up.
And actually, give me ideas if you guys what you want it to say on it. If you want it to say Julie loves me, or
This is
Mike's
Julie.
like, it's the freaking doll. It's not the doll.
It's not the doll.
Yep,
Okay, here we go. I heard
Hello?
noise.
You guys hear me?
There you are. Hey.
All right. I
There
guess I
we
had
go.
to reload the web page that I used to call. I don't know what was going on there.
Oh, okay.
We got him.
Technical issues. Blame
Yeah.
Julie, right?
Yeah, no
Aw.
kidding.
So can you guys hear me okay?
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
loud and clear, yeah.
Loud and clear.
Awesome.
So how's
Okay,
that,
good.
how's
I'm on my
hurricane?
condenser mic, so I'm hoping. Sometimes on actual phone calls, it doesn't sound that great. So
I was more concerned
All
about you
right.
getting blown away. I mean,
How,
you know.
how far are you from the
Uh,
hurricane?
well, I thought they said it was going to be blowing through right around 10 o'clock my time, which is right around 7 for you guys. But it actually hasn't been raining, so I think maybe it missed us or
You're
something.
in the clear.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's always
Got
a good
lucky
thing.
for once.
Yeah. Yep. It's always a good thing.
Well, thanks for joining us, man. I mean,
Yeah,
that
thank
was-
you guys
that
for
was a
having me
close
on.
call.
It's great to finally chat with you guys in person.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I'm really
Yeah.
excited about your website, and I hope you
Yeah.
kind of tell everybody a little bit about your website and what you do, because I'm pretty impressed with it. So
Sure. Okay, so my name is Brian Weaver, and I am the founder of a website called ghostquest.net. And I designed this webpage to be kind of like you guys were saying, the go-to website. It started off as I wanted to create a database of allegedly true ghost stories and folklore tales
So if you go to my site and you click on haunted locations, there's a map, and you can click on your state, and it will list all of the allegedly haunted locations there alphabetically. So it's nice and easy, nice and laid out. I'm right now, I just published my first book, The Folklore and Haunted Locations Guide, New York. It's on Amazon. You guys can check it out. But I've also branched out into making YouTube videos to go along with it. And I think the main thing we wanted to talk about tonight was I have a blog and I have a newsletter, but I also have a link exchange, which you can go to on my site. It's under the contact section. And what I'm trying to do is I really want to give back to the paranormal community, because a lot of you content creators are awesome. Like, you guys are having me on this show right now. And we all kind of stick together. And, one of the ways that I wanted to give back is by promoting other content creators. So on my website, you can go to that link exchange page. And if you're a YouTuber or just an investigator, you have a blog, a website, a podcast, whatever, you can send me an email and I'll put you on my page. And I'll go into a little bit of detail, I guess, if it's okay with you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
About why it's important as a content creator to have what's called backlinks to your content. Because what happens is, search engines like Google and, for example, YouTube is a search engine because, you search for the video. And there are algorithms that are used to determine, when somebody types in, for example, I have a video series right now about all the haunted locations in New York that I've written about for my book. So if you were to type in haunted cemeteries, New York, you would eventually find my video, but it probably wouldn't be that close to the top. But the more websites and blogs that link to your blog or your web page or your YouTube channel, Google says to itself, okay, well, a lot of people, when they see this, they want to see this. So it helps. One backlink isn't going to make a huge difference, but you will get, you'll see it if you network well with other people in the community, and, other people do this on their sites as well. So, if you get a few of those, it can really help. Sometimes even just one, and also people that are on my site will see your link and they might click on it. So, so that's something I've started to really put a lot of effort into lately, because it's something people didn't really know. I've been doing it since 2017, I think, is when I started the link exchange, but nobody really knows about it. So I wanted to kind of make that more well known. And lately, I've been really touched by how much the community has reached out to me. I recently had an injury, and I just want to give back to everyone, and you guys having me on the show and all that. And it's, I feel like it's the least I can do.
You're welcome anytime, man. Bless your heart. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Really, what you're doing is incredible. There's a lot of people out there that need, this is sort of like a healing process that people need, because they have these experiences and they need confirmation, and you can help them with that. And we really appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I try and list on my website. So I have like a database of haunted locations. And so if you go to your state, I try not to list private residences. So I can't really confirm that type of experience for people, just for privacy reasons, really.
If you can email me that list, I'll just go knock on their door. Just me. Just
us.
Sure. Sure.
So do you have a lot of Arizona experiences?
I do, actually. Let me just double check here. I'm pretty sure Haunted USA. So I went alphabetically when I did all this. So Arizona was one of the first states. and I will
'Cause it
confess
starts
to you
with an
right
A.
now, yes, it does. So I will confess to you that my research and my writing technique at this point wasn't fantastic, but you will find some stuff. It looks like I have 154 locations listed in Arizona.
Wow.
But you're going to want to check. It was, my strategy has changed over time. It went from being, I wanted to cover as much ground as quickly as possible to, I think people were liking the more in-depth types of writing that I was doing. So that's what I just went with. So you'll see like half of the pages are just like short little blurbs. And then the last 3 states that I've been working on, which are New York, Massachusetts, and Michigan, you'll find are like, they have a novel written about each location pretty much.
Right.
So
East.
it varies, but eventually I'd like to get everything up to that level of just being kind of a little encyclopedia. And actually, I would like to have a Wikipedia-esque page for each of these locations. And something I've recently added is a user comments and submissions section. So, on the subject of having other people to validate your experiences, if you find a place, like, for example, recently I had a user who had an experience at the Yellow Motel in Michigan, which, if you guys don't know, it's kind of it's a semi-famous location, but Al Capone, I guess this was a hotel kind of out in the wilderness that he used to hang out at with his friends and drink beer. But he also used to bury bodies in the woods and, do other gangster stuff. Yeah, the fun stuff.
Great hobby.
But I had somebody that had an experience there, and you can share your YouTube videos on my site, which is another way to get backlinks to your content. Yeah. So, like, if you have a video that you made about the Yellow Motel, for example, you can post your YouTube link on there and other people will see it, and you'll also get that backlink. So, I can provide you that one backlink from my link exchange. But especially if you're like a YouTuber or you've written a blog about like, the haunted motel or whatever, post that. I'd love, and I'm sure everyone else would love to see it, and it gets the conversation going. Yep. And it's something I really like doing, is hearing other people's experiences, because, it adds credibility to have firsthand experiences coming from people as well.
Oh, sure.
And I think that's a lot of the reason why we started doing this live and having guests on, because we love to hear everybody's stories and their experiences. I mean, the 3 of us can sit up here and talk all night long about stuff, but nobody wants to hear
And
that.
we can have experiences all the time, but until somebody else experiences what we're communicating about, that's when it's validated, and that's what it's all about, is validation.
So I'm curious about something. So I'm originally from New York. So
bless your heart.
Okay.
Where is mostly, I mean, we all know New York's a big state.
Right.
So
Yep.
where is the heaviest concentration in New York, would you say?
Upstate.
Definitely probably New York City, spread throughout the 14 boroughs. There's a lot of stuff there, from Astoria and Queens, and New York City has probably the highest density, if I were to say, the highest hauntings per capita, if you want to put it that way.
Yep.
Yeah, I did notice.
So you're from New York. I'd love, so my New York book just came out, and I just ordered a bunch of copies. If you'd like, I could send you guys a copy. I can write you guys a little message.
That would be awesome.
When my arm heals up a little bit, I'd love to send you a copy. Especially
do that. Send us a copy, and we'll show everybody. We'll turn everybody onto it.
I was just going to say,
that'd
though,
be really cool. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, especially with you being from New York. It's like one of the main things that really got me into writing about all this was that I would go to other websites and I'd find places. I'm from New Hampshire originally, and I'd find places 10 minutes down the street from me with this in-depth history of some tragedy or whatever, and there's a ghost story. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting in this tiny town in New Hampshire.
Right.
And that kind of just led me into this rabbit hole of, wow, like everything is haunted. Who knew?
Yeah. Yep. Joey, you were going to ask him something?
It wasn't so much ask. I was just going to say that, I mean, if you check out his YouTube channel, he has a lot of videos on New York locations, and they're all very cool.
That's
so
cool.
yeah, you check out his YouTube channel for a lot of that good stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah, and that's something I'm kind of doing to go alongside as I release each book. I'm doing a series about, and I usually go by city. And then at the end, I'll do a video like the top 10 haunted cemeteries and the top 10 haunted asylums or abandoned buildings. I just released a new video today about the top 19 haunted hotels in New York.
Cool.
Some of those are really interesting. You might want to check that out if you're interested. Some interesting, and the history is what interests me the most always, because even if the ghost story falls into the category of being an urban legend, from a folklore perspective and a psychology perspective, it really says a lot about us as a culture and like the lessons you're just supposed to learn from these people who did these things in life and their consequences. Now they have to be a ghost or whatever it is, it's like the history and the psychology behind it is so interesting to me, because you have some of these stories that are so prominent throughout the United States. Like you have Crybaby Bridge, for example. Almost every state has a story about a woman and a child and a bridge and they die and stuff like that. Or I'm not going to say this right. La Llorona is a prominent one in Southwest. Stuff like that. There's prominent folklore tales that are always very similar. And even though they're more urban legend than they are fact-based, they're still really interesting.
Right. Yep.
So what I was going to say is road trip.
Yeah.
So
Let's get the RV
and that's something, we talk about, and we've been talking about it on the last few live episodes that we've done is, we're here in Arizona. And we have our, like you said, we have our fair share of haunted places and stories and everything. But back east has so much more history to it. It's older history. So you're going to have a lot more.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys have been out here, but I've lived my whole life in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and now for the last year I've lived in Vermont. And there's an energy out here, and it's a spooky energy. It's old energy, and it's just. You'd have to have been here and felt it to understand, but it's definitely different.
Where America really began. So
yep, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I've flown in there and I've driven a truck in there. It's really incredible.
I mean, just think about the Civil War alone. Think about how much energy that produced. You know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and Pennsylvania is one of the states I haven't got to write about yet, but I'm really looking forward to it for that reason, because there's so much history with the Civil War there. And I feel like as an American, that was a big part of our history. And I'm really looking forward to delving into it, because another thing that's interesting about a ghost story is that you're also telling the story of somebody's life. And if you put a name to this ghost and you put the date they died and how they died and all this stuff, and it really paints a picture. And some people probably would disagree with this, but I feel it kind of honors them in a way, depending on the story, obviously. But in cases like that where you have, major events like battles and stuff like that, I think it helps to memorialize that person who might have otherwise been forgotten.
Right.
I stayed at a graveyard up in Conneaut Lake, Pennsylvania when I was a kid. We stayed right across the street from the cemetery, and it was just the most incredible energy you have ever felt in your life. It was crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
I have the name of the parish we stayed in. My father was a preacher, and we stayed in this parish, and we had to unfortunately sleep right across the street from the cemetery.
Oh, gosh.
It wasn't a big deal to everybody else, but oh my, did I have experiences.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Wow.
So if you check that out, Conneaut Lake.
Okay. I'm going to message you guys because I'm not sure how to spell it. I'll message you guys after the show.
Okay.
Because I'm always looking for new suggestions as well. And I love it when people tell me a place that I don't have on my list because I like to try and include everything from, from the famous hauntings to the, the corner store down the street that, just happens to be haunted.
Well, I know what we want to do, and I think we talked. You probably talked to Lindsay about this a little bit offline, but we want to have you back on the show, and I actually want to do I want to do a full show with you, and maybe go through some of the different locations, and maybe we can talk about some of the experiences that we had, and kind of compare notes and see.
Definitely,
absolutely, yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
So,
that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh,
when we get your book, and we can do some video episodes and stuff like that,
that would be cool.
Yeah, he's already set up for the 25th.
The 25th. Right.
Yep, I think me and Lindsay had talked about that. I was gonna say I thought I remembered it being the 24th, but I have a lot of appointments lately.
It'll be a Tuesday.
It'll be a Tuesday. So 24th
it will
is
be a
Monday.
Tuesday.
It won't be Monday.
Yeah, definitely be a Tuesday.
Okay.
It'll be the next.
All right.
I am so excited that you called in. This is incredible, and I can't wait to research this further.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm always happy to talk and either share stories or, talk about some crazy theories about where we go when we die. I love it all.
Sure. Our listeners are going to love this.
UFOs, conspiracy.
There you go.
You name it.
Yeah. Well, Brian, I think on behalf of all of us,
we need more time.
I want to personally thank you for what you do because
no problem.
The one thing we've discovered in the short time we've been doing these live episodes and all the we call our para family, all the people we've reached out to and become close to, they're all just an incredible group of people. And I think you're right on the spot when you say, it's important to give back. And I think that's why we do the show, to allow people to come on and share their experiences so other people learn about them.
And that's why we formed SUDS. Searching, understanding, discovering spirits. We're helping other people that have experiences that are either afraid to talk about them or they just, it's personal and they just can't.
Right.
Well,
so it's
kind of like Erica said
it's almost
at the
counseling.
Is she didn't? She had the 2 Facebooks because she didn't want her family to think she was nuts.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, if you have something happening in your home and you've never experienced anything like this, you don't want people to think you're crazy. Who are you going to go to? I mean,
so what you're doing is actually a counseling or a therapy. you know what I'm saying? You're reaching out to people that think they're crazy because of what they've gone through, but after listening to your stories and doing that stuff, they realize they're not alone.
That's a really good point. Yeah. And I think not just us talking to people, but, on my website where I have that user comment and submission, it's going to be a great place for people to go.
It's a great tool
for kind of like a self-counseling, if they need to talk to just whoever will listen. Cause you guys can only have a few people on the show every time, but it's like, that website will be there. And sometimes even just reading other people's stories, you don't even need to say what you went through, but just hearing their stories can be helpful for someone who's gone through something.
Shows like yours and shows like ours, and the more people that do this, it's going to bring the awareness out, and it's almost like a healing that people are going to receive because of what we're doing. And I appreciate what you're doing. It's fantastic, and I can't wait to learn more about all of your information.
Yeah. And thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for
coming on. Our pleasure.
Oh, we're looking forward to the 25th. Absolutely.
That should be fun.
That's going to be fun.
So
that'll
be fun.
So everybody go check Brian out at ghostquest.net. And your YouTube's the same, right? It's under Ghost Quest?
It's Ghost Quest USA.
USA, right.
Okay. Right.
Yep.
Not to be confused with
and
Goes
be sure
Goes
if you're a
China.
content. Sorry to interrupt. And be sure if you're a content creator to go to the link exchange and get your content on my page. It'll help you out, and it'll be awesome.
And we'll share that. I'll share the link to your website and everything. I'll share it on our Facebook page. That way it gets out there. We'll share it on Instagram, on Twitter. That way everybody gets to see it, and hopefully we get some people on there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna send you a couple of personal stories that I'd really like to have your input on.
Oh, of course. Yeah, definitely. People do that all the time. I mean, feel free to send me a message on Twitter, whatever. People will send me their pictures. They'll hate me because I usually just tell them I don't know.
Sure.
But it's whatever you guys want. And that goes out to anybody listening to this. It's been a goal of mine when I got on here that I was never going to be like a snobby Twitter celebrity type of person. So my inbox is always open. If you need to chat about your day, vent, whatever, people do it to me all the time, all day, every day. I'm not even kidding. So,
I got a new best friend.
parafamily is what we do for each other, right?
Absolutely.
Amen to that. I'll cheers to that one. Absolutely.
Cheers. Stay tuned. Be sure and catch the last part of the show. You will find something
I'll
interesting.
take a rip off. Take a rip off the bong to that one.
Yeah.
Right.
After I get off the air, though, you guys will hear a lot of
Can you pass that over here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
you guys just got to come to Vermont. It's legal here.
Like I said, road trip.
Arizona's good too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So very cool, Brian. We really appreciate you jumping on with us tonight, man.
Thank you so much, man.
This is awesome.
All right. Thank you guys again.
Anytime.
I look forward to talking to you again.
Yeah, we'll see you on the 25th.
Sounds awesome.
All right, buddy. Be careful in the hurricane there. Hopefully it doesn't come your way.
Yeah. Yeah. So far, so good.
It's all about storm
all right,
surge.
you guys have a great night.
Hey, you do the same. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Good night.
I can't believe the incredible guest we have been getting on our show.
know.
But you know what I need to do?
Uh-oh. What?
I know you've been missing that button for quite a while.
All right.
Wow.
None of our listeners have been drinking because of that button.
I've been too, just transfixed on.
It's incredible.
Does that mean we have to
so.
chug the beer now because you did it so many times?
No, all the stories, all the people, all the guests we've had, just
crazy.
incredible.
What a great night. And I did want to mention it before, but we were so intrigued with what was going on. We got a lot of thumbs up about the Julie shirts.
The Julie shirts, the Don't Burn Julie?
So the mass consensus
The overall.
so far is
Wait until
hold on. Well, we want to wait and see also what Elizabeth has to say.
Yeah.
But crap. Trying to go back. Sorry.
Don't burn Julie. I saw that
No,
a couple of
nobody
times.
voted for that. Actually,
I saw a
you,
couple.
and that was
That was
it.
Mike the
I
big
didn't.
naked Bigfoot. He's the one that come up with that, and I loved it.
Nobody.
So
Nobody said that. So
Love you,
it was
man.
that's
awesome.
what you get.
Sorry, Mike.
Mike, that was cool.
Everybody says it was Julie.
It was Julie.
Well, that's pretty good.
We
I
say
think-
that every time
I
we
think
do a
that's
show.
great.
It was Julie.
That's a great
That's
thing.
true.
I
I
It
can't.
was Julie.
I can't deny that.
And people will say, what does that mean?
And then put our logo on the back, and they got to come and figure it out.
It was Julie.
It was Julie.
Tune in and find out
Yep, she'll do something. I'm
on
sure.
our next show.
I like the tap. What had he put it?
Holy tap dancing
No,
Jesus.
Jesus
whatever
tap
it was.
dancing Christ. It was Julie.
We have to do that one on a couple special ones too.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Okay, we don't have enough room for all that.
I know.
That is awesome. All right, let's do some shout
Michelle's
outs.
got to get it done.
Oh,
Michelle,
man.
that's your shout out.
Michelle,
Holy crap
I'm
dancing.
looking for my shout out list, and
By the
Where
way,
did it go?
By the way, I just have to say hi, Mom,
hi, Mom.
and hi, Morgan, and hi, Allison, and hi, all my friends that have joined in tonight for the first time. I appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Oh
Very
man,
cool.
I can't.
It was a
find
good show.
The
I can't
list
say all their
isn't
names
coming
because
up.
they have a huge. There's a lot that joined tonight. So
But
thank you.
We got a little bit of time, Joey.
but if it comes up, if I can get to it,
You've had a lot since then.
yeah, we have had a lot.
What's
since
the
then.
EVP on these?
I mean, it's just we have such an awesome.
Did we ever find out?
No.
The ETA on these?
No, this is 5. ETA. ETA was like about an hour ago.
An hour ago. Yeah.
So, because it's gone.
So it's the EVP, the ETA, the CCR.
You know what? I'm doing an
MVP.
What's the real 3 letters so I can get it right?
How many times
It's got to reload everything. So I'm just going to
get
say
over my brain injury.
I know.
we have so many
Okay, I got the list.
great.
Oh
you
my
got the
God.
list?
I know you have the
huge list.
Michelle
the
just sent
Twitter
it to
list. The Twitter list is like huge.
Can you forward it
they're
to
also
Joey?
freaking awesome.
Viral on
Hold,
Twitter.
Hold, please.
Because Joey's great at announcing them.
Because I can't pronounce out things.
How many
I have to
TikTok
slow
fans
it
do we
down.
have here? Do we know?
What's that?
TikTok fans?
We don't have any. We're not on
Joey, it says it's sent. It's going to come up on Messenger.
All right, here we
Here
go.
we go.
It's like 9
Let's-
pages long.
Okay,
It's 9 pages.
here we go.
All right, here we go,
All right,
Joey.
let's do
All
it.
right,
Do we have any more beer?
Drew and John from 303 TV. We have Melissa Brewery from B Bomb Traveler, and Doug and Francis from Beyond the Veil. Mike, Voodoo Man 3. That is Mike the Naked Bigfoot.
You're cut
Okay,
off.
I'm sorry. This is great stuff. And then Bunny. Oh, whoops. I cannot miss Craig Layton because I can't get the image out of my head of him doing Michael Myers washing his car. Okay.
And his swimsuit. And his
See, I'm never going to get through this list because it's just too crazy. Okay. I'm
We'd
just
like
going
to
to do
thank
it.
all of you.
All right.
Hold on.
Say, Bunny YouTube. We love
Buddy.
We love Bunny.
1, 2.
Okay. Drink Drunk Dead. A Brooksy 22. SCPARI1.
I'm going to need another beer.
Crew Films. Ghost Quest USA.
Lindsay.
Brian. Backroad Haunts. PL Explorer. South Cac Dustin. South Cac Lisa. Ohio Haunts. Faces Fear. Operation Ghost. Hensley Paranormal 1. Holly Fogel 1 from Holly's Lore. And Want to Believe You. That's one of my faves to watch too.
Thank you, babe.
UK people. Davey Sundaro. This is a new one. Alamon City Horror 1.
Nice.
Searching Series. Ben's Natalie. Explore SP. Or no, this is broken up. Exploring Spook. That's what it is. It's broken up. This makes it tough. Okay. Ben's Natalie. Exploring. Oh, no, I just said that, didn't I? Okay. White Apache. Yes, of course.
Yep.
I like
Major
that.
Caro. Icarus 42073. And then just hold yourself.
Yeah,
Missing
don't
Pussy.
Don't do it.
Esau.
Don't do it.
It's all right.
1969.
We're familiar with that.
Epon Houston Phil. Heroes Do Exist 66. Christine Comedy and Lisa Kane's 841. Irish Lad 444. And then we have a bunch of new podcasts added
Holy cow.
that have been sharing our stuff, and we've been helping them out. And so got to give them a shout out because it's just an awesome thing to do.
Let's do it.
Okay, live with Big Bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah. Reverie Crime Pod. Codes Killer Spod. Okay. TFC Pod. Ye Old Crime Pod. Drep and Stone. Drink Drunk Dead. Yes.
Yeah.
DDK Pod. BFW Pod Squad. But it was aliens. I like that.
I like that.
The Shit Show, TCP.
I want to talk to you.
State of Fear podcast. Weird Distract E1. FD Spodcast 7. Pod Tips. Student Verdict. TDF Pod. That was in there twice, I think. But TDF Pod. Belgian Waffle Egg.
Okay.
Truth and Scare. That's a cool name, isn't it?
Yeah, I like
Truth
that.
and Scare. Okay. Study Scarlet Pod. What Cast? Lights on Pod. Mask Anady Pod.
Nice.
Okay. Dumb Stole Spod.
Dung Beetle Squad.
Dumb Breastle Spod.
Same.
I see breast in there. It does say it's a dumb restless pod. Dumb restless.
Restless.
Yeah, dumb restless pod.
Sure.
I see breast.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what pops out in my,
right.
Okay. Booed and Brewed, Be Nostalgic, and Pod Movie.
Okay, I'd like every one of you to let us know how the hell you got those names.
Yeah, didn't we talk about that last week?
We did.
We did? I wasn't here.
Yeah, you were.
And
maybe not. Maybe
we were going to try to share a story for
Texas, or
we were going to try to share a story for drunk dead. And I don't have it up, so I apologize. But we're going to do it. Well, I think we need to share it as soon as possible. So we'll probably share that on our social media stuff.
I like that.
About a missing person that's been missing for over a year, and she's from Canada, and the Canadian Mounted Police haven't really been doing a whole lot to really bring closure to the family or find her and stuff. And so,
so when are we going to do that?
So I need to find the information.
All right, we'll do that next time.
So
we'll put it out. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
And then we had Rebecca, who joined up on our YouTube, and Ross the Film Critic is our newest one for this week.
Cool.
So, and then I always give a blanket shout out to all the Instagram followers, because I am not even going to begin to pronounce any of their names.
You guys got to come up with better names.
But I want to thank all of them for following us, and just keep reposting our stuff. And
really, autopsy.
Autopsy. We're going to need to do an autopsy after you drink that beer.
Probably.
I don't know
I'm thinking so.
How you're getting these names. I'd love to know how you get these names. Send them to me.
And I really want to thank our guests tonight. We had the Sassy Spooky Siren. That was Erica. Grandma Spirit Dolls. That was Elizabeth. And GhostQuest.net was Brian. Thank you so much for being on our show tonight. But before we go tonight, wait the hell is in the box?
Maybe that should be this one. What is in that box?
Are you ready to tell them?
Go ahead.
So if you've been listening to our podcast, if you can we tell what number it was again?
I don't remember.
We don't remember.
Okay.
It was Haunted Artifacts.
So what happened was...
Oh, no, it was actually Haunted Artifacts, and we also did it on...
Monsters and Myths.
On Monsters and Myths.
Yeah,
we talked about it twice.
Many years ago, when I was a flight attendant, I went over to Bucharest, Romania, and I went into Transylvania, and I went to Dracula's castle.
Vlad the Impaler.
Not Bram Stoker's castle. The actual castle where Vlad III was decapitated and put to his death and captured. So we went up the 1,700 steps, and I foolishly removed a brick from his castle. And this is the brick that I removed from his castle. And I'll make a long story short. I brought it home, and I've had nothing but horrible, horrible tragedy ever since then. Death in the family, bankruptcy. You just can't imagine all the horrible stories.
And a coyote on a motorcycle.
The coyote on the motorcycle. My brain came out of my head. I'm going to put a story together about it, and we're going to start a GoFundMe, and I would like these guys to go with me and return this brick to the castle. I think it's very important. I've got an overall census of everybody, and they all agree that this thing needs to be returned. So look for that in the future. We're going to start a GoFundMe to get back over to Transylvania and return this brick. And if you want to know more information about it, we'll put that into our what?
All of our social media.
We'll post. We'll post this.
And I do have to. I mean, to go on the record saying it does kind of freak me out to have it here.
I don't even want it next to me. That's what I'm saying. Brian says it definitely needs to go back. He agrees.
Oh yeah, it has to go back. There's no doubt about it. I've had this since 2000. 9, and you can't just throw it away. It's got to go back. That's the consensus. We know that it has to go back. And I want to take these guys with me to take it back. And the first time I told them, they're like, well, you're going to put that on an airplane? What if the airplane?
I said I'm taking a different flight. So
No, it needs to go back. Nothing's going to happen to us. It needs to be returned. And that's something that we will share more information about because...
But Lindsay won't let Julie come with us.
That's
We'll
fine.
see.
I thought you were going with us.
We'll see.
Heavy Metal Beer Club said, yeah, that's some bad juju.
It depends on the GoFundMe and what we raise. We'd really like to raise some money to get airfare over to Pennsylvania to return this brick because there's no way I can afford it. But so many of my friends have said that they would donate and get this brick back to where it needs to be.
That's right. That's right, Wendy. All the audio shit was the brick. It wasn't Julie.
No, we'll talk with Vinny and see a roundabout price, and then I'll start a GoFundMe. We'll get the whole story and everything, and just kind of put it out there and see what happens.
If it works, it does.
If we get the money, that's great. If we don't, then
one of you are going to die.
Don't say
really?
that.
You got to say that?
Crap.
Oh, okay, that was kind of
wow.
That was kind of effed up. Like, get that,
somebody's going to get messed up.
No, the worst thing's going to happen when you open that beer.
Yeah, the planes are going to disappear. That's what Morgan said.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Get
like
that thing the hell out of here.
MJ751.
Right.
Thanks, Morgan.
All right.
My daughter really wants me to take this brick back.
Yeah, it's true, Brian. Prices are pretty cheap right now.
It's true.
For travel.
Yeah, there's
We'll book it
nobody
now.
on a flight. I'm pretty sure we got first class.
Somebody donates $100, we'll be able to get you there and back.
$100 round trip. We got it.
Well, I bet you walk on the plane and you say, I got a brick from Dracula's castle. You're going to see that plane clear out pretty damn quick.
It's going to be you 3, and that's it.
Right? Exactly. Our own private jet.
Lindsay, I'd like for you to come, though.
We'll see what it costs. If it's
Well,
$3,000 a person, y'all are going on your own.
But
right.
I really want to return it. I've had a lot of horrible experiences.
You need
I've had
to.
Death in my family.
It does need to go back.
It needs to go back. And if you guys know what we're talking about, you'll understand. And I appreciate any donations.
All right. We'll get that out.
Wow, we've turned into 2 shows tonight.
Right. Almost.
I'm verklempt.
So this has been, well, I'm sorry, Joey. You were going to say something?
No, I was just laughing about that.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead.
So this has been the truth about beer and
Happy
Number 9.
Unexplained Hour number 9.
that is awesome.
Until next time.
Thank
What
you
a
so
great
much,
show.
everybody
Thank you,
watching.
guys.
We'll see you guys.
Yeah.
See
Cheers.
you next time. And stand by for some advertisements. If it's merchandise you're looking for, you've come to the right place. Find a selection of Truth About Beer apparel, and if you're interested, for the collectors out there, we have your very own Truth About Beer gnomes. Visit BS Designs today. Whether you're an aspiring paranormal enthusiast or a seasoned professional, or perhaps you're just looking to add to your equipment inventory, look no further than Ghost Hunters Outlet. They have all your equipment needs. For a limited time, mention the word beer in the promotional code for additional savings. And be sure to watch The Truth About Beer and on YouTube.
Welcome to The Truth About Beer.